I'm Megan Blessing.
I'm Michael Blessing.
We are going to answer some questions that you have asked us on the video where we came to Alaska in the wintertime.
Yes.
As you know, we made the trip up the Alcan Highway in November of 2020. And it was really an interesting trip. You can watch those videos. I'll link them here. In the comments of those videos, we've had quite a few questions. We thought we'd just
answer a few of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll spark more questions. We'll be able to answer those as well.
Yeah, if you're thinking about making that trip, whether it's in the winter or in the spring or summer, like any time of year, we've made the trip up the Alcan quite a few times. And it's a beautiful, beautiful trip. Would highly recommend it. So if you have any questions about the trip, please feel free to put those in the comments and we'll do our best to address them. What was the first thing that was probably the most helpful?
The milepost is definitely is a must, really, in terms of planning your trip, looking for all the places you can stop for whatever reason.
There's no cell service in a lot of places unless you have a satellite phone or something. Having the milepost will tell you mile by mile on the Alcan Highway, or even if you take the Caziar, different things that kind of help you understand where you are in the trip, and it makes the journey really a lot more enjoyable.
Enjoyable for sure, yeah. We did it during COVID, so that was another condition that we had on our travel, and we were only allowed to stay in our trailer moving through Canada.
Which is why we had water in the trailer in the winter. We've had some people say, why did you have water in your trailer? It was an extenuating circumstance. That's not normal. And we did bypass our water heater when we did that because it is actually exposed. And we were pretty sure if we had water in the water heater, it would freeze up. If we didn't have to do that, I would not do that.
Having a 4-season camper was definitely the only way to go. We chose the Bigfoot, and it has performed beyond anything I could imagine.
We love it.
We love it. We're still living in it, and it's been 2.5 years now. We've gone 3 winters in Alaska in it, and it's just absolutely terrific.
Yeah.
One of the things, particularly with the wintertime, is to fuel often. Every time you have a chance to fuel up on the Alcan Highway, you want to do that.
Do it. Stop.
You just don't know what you might encounter. A big storm came through both Canada and Alaska when we did it, and we were on snow and ice most of the time. But if you'd gotten stuck in a snowstorm, having that extra fuel could really make a lot of difference.
We tried not to fall below a half a tank, but we also carried 10 gallons of extra fuel with us. 10 gallons of fuel
with us in the back of the truck, Yeah. Tires is definitely a consideration. 10-ply, the best tires you can afford, 10-ply tires.
We splurged on tires. We just didn't. We were bringing everything with us, everything we owned with us. We had our entire house in the trailer and we had our business in the truck. So we didn't want an accident. We just planned as best that we could for any eventuality.
Any possibility,
before we made the trip. And Michael researched tires. We still have those tires on the truck. Those are excellent tires.
We do. Yeah, they're Falken, Falken. We've been very happy with those. Also chains. Having a set of chains with you is recommended. If you're pulling a trailer, having chains for your trailer as well can really, under certain road conditions, can really save you having an accident. So we never had to use them, but it was good to have those.
Heat. People were asking, how did we stay warm in the trailer?
Yeah, because it was in November. I think the coldest reading we got in northern British Columbia was -19. It was -8 the night we spent in Fort Nelson. And then at Toad River it was -11. And it stayed below zero till we got to the inlet area around Anchorage where it warmed up because your elevation is lower. What we ended up doing out of necessity is to run the furnace and expose all the pipes where you can in your storage areas in your trailer as you're traveling.
Actually, under where we're sitting is where the pump is located in the dinette area here. This trailer is rated to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. And we did find at Fort Nelson that right at -4, the pump started to slush. And we were like, oh no. This Bigfoot is
30,000 BTU furnace. So it keeps it very, very warm. And the heated tanks, they did a terrific job. This is an amazing, amazing trailer, I just have to say.
It's ducted like a house. There's ducts throughout the trailer in the different rooms, and the water lines for the most part follow that ducting. So it's just a really well thought out trailer. I wouldn't just take any trailer.
No, not in the winter time.
You'd have different sets of issues if you did that. Hopefully that answers people's questions about the water.
Yeah.
We did have one interesting instance in Fort Nelson when we pulled up and when we tried to get into our trailer.
Our locks froze. There's so much snow and ice and even sometimes slush off the roads and whatnot that get on the trailer and the car, the truck, as you're towing. Well, we had gotten out and we tried to get in our trailer at that point at -8, and the locks were froze.
You couldn't get the key
Couldn't
in though.
get the key in.
So you want to carry like a cigarette lighter, you know, like you light your gas stove with
Yeah,
clicker,
those igniter.
yeah.
Have one of those handy because it'll thaw your locks out.
Okay, last question had to do with the time it took for us to travel. We had to stick to a specific route and we were given a specific amount of time to get through the country.
Because of COVID.
We were given 5 days. We pretty much drove straight through.
We couldn't travel that fast on
No.
Carrying a fully loaded trailer and truck and on those icy and snowy roads. So we kept it at the speed limit or under during those conditions, so it took longer, but we did go long hours.
Whenever we needed to stop, we just pulled over and slept a little bit.
Yeah.
We basically ate road food because we were eating out of the camper. We heated water for coffee. We made instant coffee. It wasn't like a luxurious trip.
No, we weren't sightseeing.
No, we were
although
not sightseeing.
although we were sightseeing, it was beautiful the whole trip.
We were sightseeing on the road that
gorgeous.
we were on, but
Yeah.
we were specifically not sightseeing. I think probably once we hit the snow and ice, we were maybe topping out at 40, 45 miles an hour on a lot of that stuff.
On the trickier stuff, we were doing 45, maybe 50. During the Destruction Day to Tok Junction, we were doing about 35 miles an hour tops.
Yeah.
The frost heaves were so amazingly, that's like a roller coaster, and that's not exaggerating.
No.
So we had to take it pretty, sometimes 15 miles an hour on some of the passages. You just cannot go any faster without tearing things up.
I sped the videos up to 2 times their regular speed because otherwise it would take forever to watch them. Also, I used a motion stabilizer. That's how bumpy it was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. And it was about 300 miles of frost heaves.
300 miles.
So hope that answers you guys' questions. If you have any more questions that we didn't address, please put them in the comments below. We hope you guys can make the trip.
Yeah, it's well worth it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was wonderful. We want to do it again as soon as we can.
We do. We love to travel the Alcan.
Yeah.
So take care, you guys. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.